Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope for the online my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm in chat once? Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes so the other people will join. We can start it off. And one more thing I want to tell you, basically one of my known, like one of a known person attended for the interview today with 3 years of experience in DevOps. You know, the questions are very, very, very easy question for 3 years of experience. I'm betting you, any one of you from here, if you go to the interview, you will crack that one. And the package is 10 LPA. I'll discuss the question at the end of session for you. Okay, remind me. I'll discuss with you. Previous batch not. It's from some other institute. Yeah, I'll tell the complete story. Yeah, what happened. And here also someone posted here some interview questions with 2+ years of experience. Like she attended the interview and she got some questions. I'll ask her like ask those questions also. Ankit, admins will not send the class link daily for you. You need to download the application, Narishite application. From there you will get the daily class links. Okay. So please download it. Okay. So now we are good to go. So here in today's session, I'm going to teach you about IAM. First one. And second one, I'll go for RDS. So I am done, right? So roles are pending, and second one will be CLI. So CLI, I'm going to tell you. Basically, CLI stands for command line interface. CLI stands for what? The purpose of command line interface is, for example, generally like what happened in generally. Let me create an instance. Okay. Sir, if you want to operate your AWS console, you are going to operate from the GUI mode. Which mode? But there is one more mode called command line mode. From the command line mode also, you can operate your AWS services. Like for example, if I want to create a bucket, generally what I do, we go for S3. I think I haven't started S3 till right. Okay, first of all, let me finish S3. Why? Because it is more important. First of all, I forgot S3 completely. Wait. Okay, first of all, I'll go with S3 today. Fine. I thought S3 is done. That is the reason I'm not touching it. If you want to know CLA, definitely, first of all, you need to know something about S3, first of all. So in today's class, I'm going to speak about the concept of S3. Which one? What is an S3? S3 is nothing but simple storage service. What is S3? So the main agenda of S3 is to store the objects. So let me open the documentation for you. So I'll be explaining the complete concept through S3. So S3 full form is simple storage service. It is one of the best and the topmost feature of AWS. The best and topmost. It is highly scalable, securable, and durable to store the. That means if you want to upload the data in the cloud for very long years, then you can use the S3. Scalable means you can increase the size. Securable means security. You can provide encryption, login, like everything you can provide through IAM and through some other third-party tools. You can do encryption for the buckets. Third one is durable. What is the meaning of durability? You know, for example, I'll give you some stats for you. Durability means long-lasting. What is durability? For example, if you upload 10 million objects, I got you. Huh? If you upload 10 million objects, okay, only for every 10,000 years, how many years? For 10,000 years, you will lost only one object. Out of 10 million files, if you upload 10 millions for your bucket, okay, for every 10,000 years, you will lost how many files? Only one file. How many file? That means 10 million files you upload. What is the value of 10 million? 1 crore. Correct. 1 million means how much? 10 lakhs. That means if I simply go and if I upload 1 crore files, if I upload 1 crore files, after 10,000 year, out of this 1 crore, only one file will be deleted. But of course, no one is gonna live for 10,000 years. So that means you can expect the durability. So it is very highly durable or not, sir? Yes. So now coming to the S3, it's a object level storage. What is the meaning of object? Anything which you store is called as object. Object can be a file, it can be a folder, it can be a video, it can be audio, it can be var file. Anything is fine. Next, easy to store and retrieve data. That means you can store the data very easily and you can retrieve them very, very easily. So it is an object based storage. Already know object means what you are storing is called as object. Okay. So data is spreading into multiple regions. Basically, if you store data on one region, it can be replicated to other region also. I'll show you how to do it. Yeah. So customer of all sizes and all industries can use AWS S3 to store and protect the any amount of data. You can store some terabytes of data. How much of data? And the use case will be data lakes for website, for mobile application, for backup, for restore archive, anything. Okay. So these will be called as a use cases. Now coming to the buckets, if you create a folder in the root level, then it is called as bucket. Already know bucket. If you create a folder in the AWS S3, that is what you can call as bucket. Easy to store the and bucket ownership is not transferable. That means if you create bucket on this account, you cannot give it to some other person. After you create the bucket, you can't change the name or region. This is already you know. And we cannot delete the bucket directly. We need to empty first. See, if I have a bucket, directly I cannot delete it. I need to delete the objects in the bucket. Then only I can able to delete. Yeah. And after the bucket is deleted, the name will become available for For example, I have given the bucket name called XYZ. I cannot reuse the same name. If I delete that one, then only I can able to use it. And bucket naming convention is going to be very, very important factor. I'll tell what are the naming conventions. So the minimum file that we can upload on the bucket is 0 bytes and maximum will be 5 terabytes. By default, in AWS, you can go up to 100 buckets. You can create, but if you want more, you can speak with the AWS customer support and it can increase the limit. But if you ask me, in our organization, we mostly use 40 buckets. That is maximum enough to store large of data. But buckets you can create as per your requirement. There is no any limitation for it. So is the concept of buckets clear for all of you know? Simply to store the objects means files. You need to create the bucket. So what is an object? Object can be a file. It can be a folder. It can be an image. It can be a video that you are storing in the bucket. Simply, I'll tell you one thing. Anything which has data, that is called as object. Anything which have data is called as object. A bucket is a container of objects. A object is nothing but a file or any metadata of that file. That means it can be a file or it can be metadata of that file also. With Amazon S3, you can pay only what you use. That means if I use 100 GB, I need to pay only for 100 GB. If I use 10 GB, I need to pay only for 10 GB. But limit is up to 5 terabytes. But how much you are using, only that much you are going to pay for it. So is the concept of interlinking of bucket and object clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm it with the chat box? Is it clear for all of you till now? For small data, it is not required. For big data, you need to pay it. Okay. Basically, Route 53 is not our concept, but if you want to give me an insight, I'll give an insight for you. So depending upon the size, the data you are going to upload, Amazon is going to follow the below option. See, if you want to upload the objects to the bucket, you have 4 different ways. How many ways? First one is by using AWS SDK, Software Development Kit. Second one is by using REST API. Third one is using AWS. These 3 will be the possible ways. Again, I'm telling SDK, API, CLI, and fourth one is manual approval, like manual uploading. I think all of you know how to upload manual. So, but here it is gonna range. I'll tell about the best practice of the S3. Let me tell you the best practice. So these are the possible options. First of all, I'm gonna take here SDK. Option number 1, CLI. Option number 2, API. Option number 3, and final one will be manual. Sir, for example, if you want to upload the object within the range of 5 GB, how much? 5 GB. You can go for API or you can go for CLI or even though you can go for SDK. But what if the data is more than 5 GB till up to 160 GB? Till up to 160 GB, you are going to use manual approval. Like, sorry, manual uploading. It's not approval, it's uploading. Is it clear now? So for first 5 GB, I mean like less than 5 GB, what you are going to use? SDK or CLI or API. But if it is more than 5 GB till up to 160, what you can use? Manual. Sir, for example, you said the data limit is up to 5 TB. Na? But for 5 TB, what I need to use again? Again, for 5 TB also, you are going to use API, SDK, or CLI. Sir, you said that the limit of API, SDK, CLI is 5 GB. But again, for 5 TB, how can you upload? You can use multi-part uploading now. What you can use? Multi-part uploading. That means if I have a very big file, I'm gonna break the file into multiple pieces. I'm gonna break the file into. So now these multiple pieces of file I'm gonna upload to the bucket all at a single time. First piece I'll upload. Parallelly, second piece I'll upload. Third piece, fourth piece, and fifth piece. This is what I can call as multi-part uploading. Which one? But you won't get the chance to do multi-part uploading. Why? Because mostly in real time, if you want to store WAR file will be less than 2 GB only. So CLI, API, SDK or manually is enough. But multi-part uploading, we don't get to use any much chances. Is it clear for all of you know? Most of the times, no, I can say. No, it won't lose. Definitely. Since the uploading option is clear for all of you know. But first to 5 GB, we can use SDK, CLI, API from 5 to 160. Which uploading? Manual. Again, if it is 160, like if it is more than 160 to 5 terabytes, what we can use? Multi-part upload. But sir, while you are uploading this 5 terabytes, by default, it is going to be very slow process. Why? Because 5 terabytes means very big data or not, sir. So if you want to speed this process, we can use something called as transfer acceleration. S3 transfer acceleration. With the help of S3 transfer acceleration, you can speed this process. But again, it is not free. We need to pay for this one. Okay. Is the concept of uploading clear for all of you know? Okay. No, like retrieving means you will take data from S3. Transfer means you will transfer data from one account to another account. Yeah. See, if you upload or transfer, you need to use transfer acceleration. If you want to speed up the data process, so then only you are going to use transfer. Okay. Fine. So coming to the components of S3, like components of object, object will have the key is nothing but name. Object will have the value in the bytes format, and it will be having the versioning. Versioning means, for example, let's say it's the bucket. Okay, it's a bucket. You upload the file. First time you upload the file with 100 lines of code. Okay. The second time you upload the same file with 200 lines of code. Now S3 will maintain both of them separately. That is we can call as versioning. With the help of versioning, we can get the lost data also. Already I shown you in the Kubernetes concept. If I delete the cluster, data in S3 will be lost. I shown you how to retrieve that one. Again, I'll recall it one more time for you. And last one will be metadata. Metadata is nothing but data about data what we are storing. That's it. So key will be the name of the file. Value will be the data in the bytes. Versioning ID. If you upload same files with different data, it is going to create multiple versions of it. And last one will be the metadata. So coming to the rules here, basically, if you want to create a bucket name should be unique. That means through AWS global accounts, for example, if AWS account is using by 1 crore people, for example, out of them, if I give a name, the name should be unique out of this 1 crore account. For example, if Anirudh give a bucket name called Anirudh 123, I cannot reuse it. Of course, accounts are different, but it is not possible to use the same name. So it should be unique name across the global. And minimum characters will be 3 to 63. So only lowercase is valid, uppercase is not acceptable. So it should not be an IP format. And finally, it must begin and end with the, for example, let's say if you start your bucket with hyphen, or if you start bucket with @ it's not going to accept. Okay. So this will be the rules. Again, unique name, 3 to 63 characters, lowercase is valid, and should not be an IP format. And finally, must begin and end with the number array. So these 5 rules clear for all of you know. Wait. Is the 5 rules clear first of all? Online, can you please confirm me? Are the rules clear for all of you or not? But because it's gonna be the interview question for you, okay? Yeah, you were asking something now. I already said that point. You missed it, okay? What is an IP format, sir? So already you know IPs, right? This is an IP actually. Let me show you. It's an IP. You cannot give the format like this, okay? So next, coming to the point here, guys, we have an update here. It's not a important point to remember, but I'll tell you. Before 2008, 1st of the March, whatever the buckets you are creating on the AWS will have the characters of 255. And it can be used with uppercase also, but before 2008 March 1. But after 2008 March 1, this feature got deprecated. Deprecated means removed actually. If you see the meaning deprecated, that is meaning previously it was working, but now it's removed. That is the meaning what we can call as deprecated. Fine. So now coming to the S3 versioning, it enable you to multiple version of the same file. I think all of you know what is versioning. I just said you practically. So it help in accidental termination. Unfortunately, even if you delete the object, you can able to retrieve the object. So you can retrieve the previous version of the object, and by default, it will not be enabled. So remember, for bucket, S3 version is disabled by default. So we need to enable it. Once if you enable, you cannot disable. You need to suspend it. I'll show it for you. So this is the all theoretical stuff what you need to understand before I go for the practical stuff. Now in the practical point of view, if you go here, like I'm going to show you how to use S3. The better thing is already you know some points about S3. So no need to tell everything from the scratch, creating of bucket and everything. So these are the previous buckets, sir, what I'm using. So you can remove these buckets. As of now, I'm removing these buckets. But I said one point, if I try to delete the bucket is not going to delete by default. First of all, we are going to empty. Are you seeing the bucket is not empty? So to empty the bucket, you need to write permanent delete. So let me delete all of the buckets first. Why? Because I want to like maintain some minimal buckets for you for the class. So empty. For empty, write permanent delete. How many objects you deleted here? One. Even though if you delete the object in this bucket, if I click on version, okay, version is not enabled here. Fine. I'll show it later. Oh, sorry, bucket name is wrong. So it is the by default page of S3. So click on create bucket. So I'm going for general purpose here. My bucket name is Raham bucket 1. I'm giving this name. Okay, but if this name is taken by any other in the global from any account, so we cannot reuse it. So ACL is disabled. See, if you enable the like ACL, what will happen? If you disable this one, nobody can able to see the object from my bucket. But if I click on enable, anybody from anywhere can able to access my object. So which one is better? Like enable or disable? If I click disable, all objects in the bucket are owned by this account. Okay, like that. So now here there is a by default option block all public access. If I check this one by default, anybody cannot able to open the files on my bucket. Okay, publicly. That means, for example, from the internet, if you try to open my objects, you are not able to open. Why? Because I blocked it. Next, coming to bucket versioning. By default, it is. We need to make it. So tags, I'm not using it for encryption. By default, S3 will come with a server-side encryption by default. We need not to do anything about encryption. It's a default process. Click on create. It is a straight way what you can go and create the bucket. Now go here and try to upload the objects. So click on upload. By default, if the bucket is empty, you can see 2 upload objects. But if I upload any object, you can see only 1 upload option. Let me show. You can use any one of them. So click on upload. Add files. So I'll go for downloads. See, with the help of S3, you can upload WAR files also. I think all of you know WAR file, right? Previously, where we upload the WAR files? Next, yes, but you can use this one. So click on open. I am uploading the WAR file. Click on add file. I'm adding some access keys and secret keys. I'm trying to add the different files here, okay? So now if I scroll it here, I can be able to upload this JSON file. And I can be able to upload some text files also. Like I'm trying to upload different formats of files. I'm uploading the keypad. And finally, I'm uploading the image also. You can see the image here. Where is the image? Keeper I upload. Where is the image one? I see an image here. Okay, let me go here. Stuff all files. I don't know the image name. Okay, I have the logos here. Okay, fine. I'll go and take the JFrog logo. Okay, that's it. So click on upload. So now automatically it's gonna upload the data. Currently, what is the MB here? I'm uploading 8.2 MB. But basically 8.2 uploading is gonna take some time. Okay, the uploading is done. Now you can see. So it is supporting PEM type of storage, PNG, CSV, WAR, JSON. Now if I want to open any of the object, for example, I want to open this PNG image, click on this object. Are you seeing the object URL? Click on the object URL and try to paste it. What you are seeing? Access denied. Why? Because I blocked all the public access. Correct or not, sir? So if I want to enable, I can enable. But there is one more way you can access the object. Copy S3 URL. Are you seeing this one? Or like don't do this one, click on open. From this also you can open. If you open from the object URL, by default it won't open. But if you open from this window, you can able to see it now. So it is popping up. Let me enable the pop-ups. Allow all the pop-ups. I'm able to see the object now. Sir, what is the difference between them? First though, like you are seeing the object URL. It is not opening. But once you click, why it is opening means there is a difference. If I open my object from this one, I'll be having one key that is signed by S3. This is what we can call as safer way to open the object. But whereas if you go and access the object from this URL, it will not open. Why? Because it doesn't have any kind of key. But if you go to this one, are you able to see big one here? Are you able to see this one? Security token. Are you seeing the token? I'll get one by default token. This provides security for my access. But here if you can go and say, am I seeing any token here? No, that is the reason. Of course, like these kind of questions you won't get on interview, but I'm teaching for your knowledge purpose. Hmm. Yeah, like let me click on open one more time. Previously the token is IQOO. But if I try to open see, you can see the same thing here, IQO. It's not gonna change, it's gonna be static one. Are you able to see it now? Huh? Anything you can open. That's it. No, sir. For example, if you want to open from this object, how can you open? This is also I'm gonna tell you. Go back to the permission part. In the permission, ACL. Currently, where is the ACL here? It's completely blocked. So let me make it enable. Have I enabled it now? If I save changes, if I save change now. Now, if you try to check the properties, I mean like objects, select any of the object, copy this one, try to give it. Am I getting the object now? Why not? Enable the ACL now. Previously, the ACL was disabled, but coming to the permission, the ACL is now enabled, right? So even if I click on edit now, go ahead and see, it is enabled. But why still I'm not able to use it? Let me show you some other thing. In the permission part, I mean like in the properties part, bucket versioning is there. Cloud trail, event bridge, etc. Wait, there is an option here. Let me show you. Is the block all publics on or not, sir? Click on edit, make it off. Confirm. Wait. This setting here, I forgot the setting. Wait. Management. It's not lifecycle replication. Not this one. Access point. Access point. No. There is some small setting here. Wait. But it is not recommended actually. But I just want to show you like how to enable this one. Course is not properties objects. Say access denied still code message error. Wait. We can download and see, but this is not the thing. Here there is one small thing I need to enable. Wait. Download. So I make it public now. Click on object URL and just give it now. Are you able to see it now? So basically, I forgot the option where it is located. Why? Because like I actually like a very long time. Okay. So the simple thing is here you can go to the object actions, click on make public by using ACL. I need to make it public by here, but unfortunately, like what I done is I have gone here and I'm showing it from here actually. In the property side, I'm seeing this ACL. So that is a small thing here. So sorry for the inconvenience. So just select the object and make public from ACL. That's fine. So in this way, you can be able to access the object. But by default, remember, if you want to access any kind of object, the better way is to access from the open tab. But if you use this one, it's not safer and secure. Why? Because the first option will come with the default token. Okay, authenticated token. Is it clear now? Yes. Fine. So next here, what you can do is, yeah, basically that is correct, but I forgot the process. Okay, fine. So next point is here, sir, whenever if you upload the objects, like I'm uploading one more object here. So click on add files. I'll be going to add one more file called architectures. Okay, Linux architecture. I'm just adding this file. So now tell me one thing, currently in your objects, like in your S3 bucket, how many objects you are having? Now you can see it here, 6. How many? Sir, I want to check some metadata of the objects. I want to check what is the largest file in the bucket. By default, you are having 6 objects only, but in real time, we are having some thousands of objects. In that case, how you can go and find out the latest one? By using the filter. Where is the filter option here? Find option is there. I'll check one thing. This is one of the use case where I use it extensively in my organization. In our organization, instead of Nexus, we use S3 as artifact. So I want to retrieve the latest uploaded artifact. But there are some hundreds of artifacts already storing in the S3 bucket. So whenever if you want to retrieve the latest object that upload to your bucket, what you can do is, or is in the last modified, double click on it. If you give double click, it is the last uploaded object of your bucket. You can see the timings, right? What is the timing here? 1838. That means just now. Currently it is 1839, but the object is uploaded on 1838. Before that, 1849, this object is uploaded. So this is going to be one of the best use case for your daily works. So to get the latest uploaded object, you can use double tap on this panel. Similarly, I want to filter out the files based upon the alphabetical order. So if I give double tap, is it getting from alphabetical order? Of course, it is coming from bottom to top. But if I want to start with A, give one more tap. Is it coming from A to Z now? If I want to get from Z to A, give one more tap like this. Even size wise also. Currently, if you see here, it is some zigzag order. Okay. Currently, it is some zigzag order. If I want to get it from highest value of the object, so double tap on it. Are you getting the highest size? After 8.2 MB, next 25.7 KB, next 10.6 KB like this. If I tap one more time, I'll get least to highest. So this way of approach will save a lot of time in the real time. Why? Because no need to filter, no need to find. Just by double clicking on this panel, you can be able to get the filters from top to bottom or bottom to top. Is it clear for all of you know? And in the same way, I want to calculate the total size of the bucket. What I want to calculate? So currently, how can I calculate? Am I going to take calculator and add these values? No, it's very difficult. So in that case, select all of the objects, go for the actions, click on calculate total size. Now total number of objects I have is, what is the total size here? Are you able to see them or not, sir? So in real time, we perform some auditing. The reason why we perform auditing is I want to check the total size of the bucket that is consuming. Why? Because we want to minimize the bucket size in order to pay some less amount. So in that kind of auditing purpose, we can able to check the total size by using the above method. Is it clear now? Yes. And one more thing, instead of directly uploading the files, you can create a folder and you can upload the file also. Let me show you. Click on create folder. Folder name can be ABCD. Click on create folder. So in this ABCD folder, I'm going and I'm uploading a file here. Add file. You can upload any of the file. You can move the files. Am I able to upload the file now? Are you able to see it or not? So now in interview, they will ask you a question. Copy S3 URI. URI stands for Uniform Resource Indicator. Listen to this one. It's very, very important for you to understand. In the above one, first one is the bucket name. Okay. And it is what we can call as file. Clear now? So this is the way how you need to understand what is the file and what is the folder. Whatever you are seeing, that can be called as key. I'll tell you. Here there are two things to indicate. First one will be prefix. First one will be, and second one will be key. No. Key. Prefix and whatever you are seeing in the last. For example, here file is log4.txt. Okay. Here key will be log4.txt. But whatever you are seeing before, this can be called as prefix only. What do we call as prefix? So remember this one. Prefix means what you are seeing before the key. Like that. So is the point of prefix clear for all of you know? So if you want me to show some examples, let me show you. Prefix example in S3. Prefix and key in S3 buckets. So click on images. You can see some of the examples here. You can go and see. Starting one will be the bucket name. Already you know. But before that, whatever you are seeing, let me make it maximize. I can take this one. So here you can see in the first one, let me make it other some maximize. So where it gone? Here it is the image, right? In the image, first example is having bucket name and key. But second example, what is the prefix here? Can anyone tell me what is the prefix in the second example? another folder and my folder also. Why? Because first of all, bucket name. After bucket name, whatever you are seeing, that is called as prefix only, apart from key. In order to make it memorize very, very simple, the last part is what exactly you can call as key. Before last part, whatever you are seeing is prefix only. Okay. So this is the concept of prefix and key in the S3 buckets. So is the concept clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm me what is prefix and key in the S3 bucket? Is it clear for all of you? Hmm. I need to make it public now. Otherwise, they won't be able to access. Okay. See, for example, I want to move this file dummy key to this ABCD. So click on action. Are you seeing copy and move? Copy means you'll be having files on two places. Move means the file will move from dummy key to the ABCD. I'll go and click on move. So click on browse S3. So in the S3, I need to move to which folder? Select this file, choose destination. That's it. If I click on move, automatically you can see ABCD is having the dummy PEM key. Similarly, if I want to move it back, click on this one, action. I can use copy or move. I think you know difference between copy and move, right? This time I copy. Again, click on the destination browse S3. I want to move back to one folder. So go back to one folder, click on choose destination, copy. Is the file copied to my one folder back or not, sir? Again, dummy key. Like that, I can use copy and move. In the same way, I want to rename the files. For example, I want to rename this cops file. So click on action, click on rename the object. So I can use cops keys. Like this, you can do copy, you can do move, you can delete, and you can rename. So now currently, if I try to delete the cops key, click on delete. You can see delete option. Even though if I delete the file, still I can be able to access the file. Why? Because are you seeing the versioning here? In the versioning, still are you able to see the file here that which I deleted? Where is this cops? Are you able to see it now? This is the file what I deleted. So whenever if you delete a file, you get delete marker. What you can get? But if you see here original, the file is still already having the backup or not, sir. I can still download to my local and I can use it as per my requirement. There is no timeout. You can use 1 day, 2 day, 10 days, 1 month also. It doesn't matter. There is no time restriction. After deleting, it will stay as long as you want. There is no time restriction. Okay. So if I click on open, still my cops key is coming to my local or not, sir? So like this, even though if you delete the object, you can be able to retrieve it. What you can able to do it? So is the concept of deleting the files and retrieving clear for all of you know? So whenever if you delete the file, you are going to get delete marker. What you gonna get? Delete marker means losted files. But sir, second time also if you delete, this time it will ask to write the permanent delete. First time only delete, but second time, if you delete now, you cannot able to retrieve it anymore. Now you cannot able to retrieve. Go ahead and click on close. Is it permanently gone or not, sir? Cops. It is a delete marker. It is also a. So now you cannot able to get them back. So there is only one time of chance we are having to retrieve the object. Is deleting and retrieving clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm is deleting and retrieving clear for all of you or not? Yes. And one more thing also, what you can do is you can copy the files from one bucket to another bucket. Let me show you. I just really want to create one more bucket. Bucket name I can give is Raham bucket 2. Raham bucket. Only I'm enabling versioning. Create. So now my intention is I want to share the file from bucket 1 to bucket 2. So click on this file. Click on action, go for copy. Now choose browse S3. Now you need to go one folder back. Why? Because it is a destination. I want to copy it to some other bucket. So if you want to get list of buckets, click on S3 bucket. I want to copy to which bucket now? Bucket number 2. Click on copy. That's it. Automatically now, if you go to bucket number 2, you can be able to get it. Are you able to get it now? So like this, you can copy, you can move from one bucket to another bucket. So these are the activities, but this will be the basic activities. Now I'm going to show you some advanced activities of the S3. So coming to the advanced activities, guys, in real time, we have the requirement. We want to dump the data from one bucket to another bucket automatically. There is a requirement like this. For example, see, I'm having a client. I'm having what? Client. It is my bucket number 1, which is on my account. It is my bucket number 2, which is on client account. Of course, we can use same account or we can use different account. It's completely fine. It's not about the accounts. See, for example, like I am having some files in my bucket. I'm having some files on my bucket. And the same files I want to give it for my client also, which is using some different account. Okay. It is my AWS account, which is on my cloud. Okay. And it is on some other cloud. So first one is on my account. And I want to transfer the files from my account to which account, sir? Client account. Client account. So after that, whenever if I upload any new object to my account, it directly need to replicate to the client account. That means whatever the files I upload to this bucket, this need to upload directly to the client account. That means I need to enable the replication here. What I need to enable? So in order to do these kind of activities, we are going to use the cross-region replication. Which one? There is a concept called CRR and SRR. CRR stand for cross-region replication. That means here data will be replicated to one region to, for example, Mumbai to Virginia. Okay. And there is something called as SRR. SRR means same region replication. That means from Mumbai to Mumbai. In cross-region replication, wait, from Virginia to Mumbai, let's take. See, in cross-region replication, my bucket will be on 2 different regions, but in same region replication, bucket will be on, but again, the process will same. Remember, in AWS, if you are transferring the data from one region to another region, it is going to be costable. So remember this point. If you are transferring data from one region to another region or from one availability zone to other availability zone, you are going to pay amount for it. So this is very, very important point for the AWS perception. Now, sir, how do you replicate the data from your account to your client account? Okay. Or from one bucket to another bucket. So now I'm going to teach you the concept of cross-region replication. But before that, let me delete these 2 buckets. I'll create the 2 buckets very freshly. So click on empty the buckets. So I'm going to create 2 buckets with the same name freshly. Buckets has been removed, so I can reuse the same names. So first one, Raham bucket 1. I'm going to create, and one more thing, guys. Buckets are global service. Which service? But there is one more thing you need to understand. Even though buckets is a global service, wherever you are creating the bucket, only that region name will come. But these are globally accessible. Currently, I'm on Northern Virginia region. Okay. So the bucket I'm going here is Raham bucket 1. Okay. So I'm going to here and you have the chance to select the region. By default, it will come with US East. Why? Because currently I'm on which region? But if I go to Mumbai, what is the default region again? AP South 1. But it doesn't matter. Okay. These are global accessible, but from which region you are creating, that region name will come to the bucket by default. So, and one more thing, to do the cross region replication and same region replication, bucket versioning must be enabled. If you don't enable the versioning, you cannot able to do it. Ah, possible, of course. You know, like why you are getting this error? Previously, I removed the bucket number 1. So still in background, it is removing. That is the reason it is coming. So if you wait for some time, this issue will be resolved. The moment if I delete the bucket immediately, it will go from my console, but AWS will still remove it from background perception. So wait for some time. Hmm. It's very important. That is the reason I'm telling you in a realistic way. You want to know it, huh? I'll show you definitely. It's taking some other time. Hmm? Let me use some other name. Raham bucket. Wait, Raham bucket. NVG. NVG means Northern Virginia. Okay. So I'm going to take bucket versioning enable. So create them. And the second bucket, see if you go and see, it is created from which region? US East 1. But if I go here and if I try to create the bucket, again, which one I am coming? US East 1. But I want to create from Mumbai region. So select here Mumbai. But because second bucket I want on Mumbai region. Which region? Are you getting here Mumbai now? Like that. So bucket name will be Raham bucket Mumbai. Okay. So here I'm going to enable bucket versioning. Create bucket. So now currently as of now, I don't have any objects in the bucket. So now I want to replicate the objects from Northern Virginia to which region? Mumbai. So go to the Northern Virginia. Here tell me one thing. What is your source and what is your destination? Source is Northern Virginia. Destination is correct. So go to Northern Virginia bucket. Here create the replication rules. Click on management. Section of management, create the replication rule. So rule name can be anything. I'm gonna give it as rule 1. So coming to the source bucket, my source bucket is what? Raham bucket, Northern Virginia. It is on which region? US East 1. As per the diagram, you can see. Let me delete this one. As per the diagram here, you can go and check. My source is on which region? Let me add it here. Northern Virginia, N Virginia. So destination is on Mumbai. Okay. So now what exactly I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, choose a rule to apply. So I want to apply to all the objects in the bucket. Okay. So now coming to destination, currently choose a bucket in this account and choose a like bucket in other account. For example, if bucket is on my account, I need to select the first option. Deo, he's asking something now. Ah, take it. Okay. So now if bucket is on my account, I need to go with the first option. No, sir, if bucket is on some other account, let's take click on specify in other account. So you need to give the account ID. I think all of you know what is your account ID, right? So I'll be giving some account ID. Just I'm showing you. And bucket name. You need to tell the bucket name of the particular account. So if you give this one, automatically the bucket will be taking it. But currently I'm getting error. Why? Because I enter the dummy details here. Which details? But in real time, if you want to transfer the data from one account to another account, so give the account ID and you need to give the, that's it. So here I'm just showing you. So just currently my source bucket and destination is on same account. So I need to go with the first option. So here you are going to give the bucket name. So click on browse S3. So what is my destination bucket here? Mumbai. Select Mumbai and click on choose path. So it is absolutely working now. And coming to IAM role. So I'm going to click on create a new role. Okay, why? Because currently you don't know what is IAM role. So I'm just going with the new role. By default, S3 will create a new role. So if I give this one, so lastly, I'll go and click on save. Now it is going to ask me a question. Sir, do you want to replicate existing object? That means, for example, if you are already having some objects in your source, do you want to replicate? If you want to replicate, yes. Or if you don't want to replicate, you need to go. No. But by default, do I have any objects here? So I can go for no. But if you have any objects in your S3 bucket, you want to send them to destination, you are going to select yes. But here I don't have any objects. Now I'm going with no. So now here if you can go and see, if I go to Northern Virginia, I'll try to upload any of the object. The same object will be replicating to the Mumbai. So I'm uploading a small object here, log file. It is a log.txt. So this is the object I upload on the which region? If you go to Mumbai, it will replicate. It will take some time, like buffer time will be 5 to 10 seconds. Depend upon the object size, it will have the buffer time. If you can click on refresh now. Huh? How usually? Very rarely. Depends upon your requirement. If you ask me, in our organization, we transfer twice in that complete project time. Okay. Different accounts. And one more thing, if you enable replication one time, you don't need to create multiple times. If you create one time, whatever object you upload, every time the object will go to the other account. Okay. Are you getting the object now? Similarly, I go back to my source bucket one more time. I'll re-upload some other object now. Upload. So go here and I'm gonna upload what? You can upload any of them. I'm gonna upload this JSON file, Terraform. So currently, how many objects you are having in source? If I go to destination, go back to Mumbai. In a Mumbai, just click on refresh. It will take some time. Wait for it. No. If you delete on the source, destination it is not going to be deleted. If you upload on source, and one more thing, guys, online, or just see this point. If I upload an object in this account, that will replicate to some other account. But if I delete an object, it is not going to delete on the destination side. I'll show that point also. Wait for it. Yeah. Now, if I click on refresh, I will get the second file here. Now, immediately I'll be going back to source bucket. I want to delete an object. For example, let's take I delete this JSON file. Oh, sorry, I download this one. Okay. Sorry. I need to delete it. Wait. Click on delete objects. Close. Now, if I go to destination bucket, is it removed here? I'll wait for 1 minute and I'll show you. After 1 minute also, it is not going to be removed. Why? Because if you upload an object, that will be replicated. But if you delete, it is not going to be replicated. So this is what we can call as cross-region replication. See, I'm clicking refresh. Is it going now? Why you delete the files after uploading? What is the purpose? Uh, uh. Then client asked me to upload the right file. You got the point. If I upload wrong file, client get the wrong file. He asked me to upload the correct file. That's it. How will client take the advantage, man? It's not like that. Okay. Chargeable, yeah. So you need to upload carefully. That is your problem. Nah. You need to upload very carefully. Like that. So in this way, you can do CRR and SRR. What is the difference between them? CRR means one region to another region. SRR means same region. And you can transfer the files from same account to same account and different account, like one account to another account, or you can transfer to same account. Is it clear for all of you know? Online is the replication rules clear for all of you know? Can you please confirm me once? That will happen. But in destination account also, you need to enable the replication rule. If you configure replication rule here, then whatever the objects you upload on the destination, it will go to source again. That is also possible. Okay. Again, same process. Nothing change. Okay. Fine. And one of the concept I'm going to tell you, which is not a part of your syllabus, but it will helpful on real time. But it's not a part of your syllabus. What is that? You know, life cycle rules of S3. Which one? Life cycle rule means tell me one thing. For example, in your 4, you are having the images or not, sir? You click a picture today. Okay. You can access for 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 1 month. After 1 month, are you going to see that picture one more time? After 2 months? After 6 months? No, right? That means whenever if you are having the files in S3 bucket, some files you access frequently. Some files you access infrequently. For example, picture with Radhika, frequently or infrequently. Picture with uncle. Correct or not, sir? So like that. Here also in S3, whatever the files you uploaded, some files you access very frequently, some files you don't access very frequently. So in that case, what happen, you know, if I don't access the file terraform.json frequently, do I need it? Do I want this file? I can delete after some X days, or I can move it to one class to another class. By default, every time you upload a file, it is going to be come to standard class. Which class? Standard storage. So let me show you some diagram for you. You'll be getting the clarity. S3 storage classes. If I go to images, in the images, you can see some graph here. Comparison, yeah. I want this. And of course, same thing you can see on our like official documentation also. That's completely fine. So guys, here I'm using images for your better clarity. But if you go to official documentation, in the official documentation also, you can see same content. Or it's in the table here. But this is very, very difficult for you to explain. So that is the reason I'm using these images. If you go ahead and see. First one will be standard. Second will be standard intelligent tiering. Third one will be standard infrequent access. Fourth one will be S3 one zone IA. Fifth one will be Glacier. Next one will be Glacier Archive. For example, so this is the oldest format. Why? Because new one will have some other things also. Let me show you. First one will be standard. Second one will be IT, intelligent tiering. Third one will be S3 Express one zone. Fourth one will be S3 standard IA. Fifth one will be S3 zone IA, Glacier instant, Glacier flexible, Glacier deep, archive. Basically, among them, you need not to remember any kind of values, but I'll explain what are those. For example, if you can go and see, standard is having 3 availability zones. Whenever you are storing data on 3 availability zones, very, very cost or not, sir. But if you go to one zone is having how many availability zones? 1. And coming to the cost here, for example, if I store a data in a S3 standard, so you can see the cost size here. So you can see the latency and you can see the durability. And one more thing, in interview, they are asking what is the durability of Amazon S3? 99.11 nines. That means out of in a single year, only 53 minutes S3 will not work. In a complete year, 1 year is having how many minutes? 53. Yeah. Don't stress, sir. minutes in an year. What is the value of minutes? 52,5600. That means 5,25,600. Out of them, only 53 minutes S3 will be not accessible. That means very, very high or not, sir? That is 99.9999911. It's like that. Okay. So whenever if you store the data in like standard, automatically you are going to pay some heavy amount. Why? Because availability is 99.99. If you want to pay some less amount than standard, you need to go for intelligent tiering. Or if you want to pay very less amount, you need to go for one zone express. So like this, depending upon the storage class, your data and your cost is gonna be changed. So for example, let's say standard will be using whenever you want to access the data frequently. Are you seeing the purpose here? Purpose is very, very important here. So standard will be using whenever you want to use the data very, very frequently. So intelligent tiering is nothing but automatically save the cost for data with unknown or charges access pattern. And next one here, if you want high performance storage of your most frequent data, in that case, what you are going to use? Express. Sir, I don't want to access data frequently. I want to access data infrequently. In that case, I can use S3 IA. So if you compare, for example, for standard, you are paying 10 rupees. But for IA, you are paying only 5 rupees. But for Glacier, you are paying only 3 rupees. Glacier Deep Archive, you are paying 1 rupee. Okay, like that. For example, I'm taking. Sir, you have the object. If you are accessing it very frequently, you can store an S3 standard. But sir, I am not accessing it frequently. I want to access this object for only twice in 3 months. I can go for infrequent access. No, sir, I want to access the file within 90 days only one. In that case, I can go for Glacier. No, sir, I want to access the file after 180 days. That means after like within 6 months only, I need to access the data. I can go for S3 Glacier. So like that, I'm going to design the pattern here. Okay. The reason why you're using this one means definitely you are going to save some cost. Why? Because standard will be charging a lot. But if you go for Glacier, it is going to charge very, very less amount. If you go here, minimum storage duration. If you don't access the file for 30 days, you can go for infrequent access. So like this, you can put. So how to do it in the S3 means, for example, let me show it practically. Theory will be very confusing, but I'll go for practical. In the properties here, sorry, in the management, create the lifecycle rule. Rule name can be rule 1. I'm giving. What I'm giving here? Prefix ABCD. I'm just giving it. Coming to this one, move the current version of object between storage class. For example, if my file is not accessible within 30 days, I need to move it to where? Standard IA. For example, let's take currently every object will be coming to the standard. For standard, I am paying how much of amount? 10 rupees. But if I make to standard IA, I need to pay only 8 rupees. I am saving some amount or not, sir? Again, click on add transition. Sir, if I don't access my data, like my file, after 90 days, I need to move it to Glacier. Where I need to move it to? Of course, in Glacier, we have Glacier instant retrieval, minimum of 90 days. You can go ahead and see. After 90 days, my file need to move to. That means automatically now the price will come to 6 rupees, for example. Sir, after Glacier, if my file is not accessible within 180 days, I need to move it to Glacier Deep Archive. It is the last one. After that, you cannot do any transition. 180 days. So now ultimately it is going to cost me only 2 rupees. Now instead of paying 10 rupees per every month, how much rupees you are paying now? 2 rupees. So it is a better thing or not, sir? So to optimize the cost in AWS S3, you are going to use the lifecycle rule. Which one? Lifecycle rule. So is the concept of lifecycle rule clear for all of you? Know? Lifecycle rule will move the object from one storage class to another storage class. Whenever if you are moving the object from one storage class to another storage class, automatically the price will be dropped down. Is it clear for all of you? Know? Retrieving will take some time. Of course, in Glacier, you have the instant retrieval also. In instant retrieval, you can get it very speedily. Online is the concept of this S3 object lifecycle. Clear for all of you know? Can you please confirm me once? And it is one of the activity that what I have done on my real time. So I'm sharing the same thing with you. So if you go for the class and price comparison, you can go and you can check it here. In this website, you can go and see. And one more thing, the pricing will change per region, guys. Currently, Northern Virginia, if Northern Virginia will take 1 rupee, Mumbai might take 2 rupees. Depends upon the region, okay? So if you go and see the pricing in the S3, if you put a data, you are going to charge up to 0.023 per month. How much, sir? Per first 50 TB. Per first 50 TB. But if it is more than 50 TB, you are going to pay 0.025 like that. And again in intelligent tiering, the minimum charge will be 0.23. But if you go to infrequent access, automatically price come from 0.022 through 0.021. That means half of the price you are saving it or not, sir, almost like that. Similarly, if you go to one zone infrequent access, it is charging only 0.01, which is very less. But if you go to Glacier, you can see for the Glacier Deep Archive, the price is 0.00099. See how much of amount you are storing. See, initially it was 0.02, right? But now in the Glacier, it is 0.00099 per month. That is up to for 1 GB. If we compare that into values in Indian rupees, let me show you. In Glacier, dollars in rupees, very pice, like I can say 0.083. If you use Glacier, no sir, if I want to use a standard, so see how much of cost for standard. For standard, it will be the value of almost how much? It is 1.92 rupees. How much? You can see it right here. That means you can say 0.083 to 1.92. Like you are seeing the difference or not, sir? Like that. So in this way, you can set up your own life cycle for the bucket. Is it clear for all of you know? So whatever the activities that I done on my organization for the S3 bucket, same thing I shared with you. Definitely, if you have a requirement, then go and put transfer acceleration. Let me show you that one also if you want me to show. Depends upon the data, how much you are transferring. Okay. In the properties, if you go to the transfer acceleration, are you able to see it now? Currently it is on which state? If I put enable, automatically I can be able to transfer data very speedily. But if you want to see the pricing, click on this link below. For the link, you can go and you can see the pricing here. In the pricing section, you can go and see estimated cost. For example, if you want to transfer the 50 GB, so you are going to pay 0.023. So like this, it is going to be chargeable. Okay. So pricing, you can see it here, guys. Like that. But again, no need to remember this cost. Okay. Why? Because this is going to change for some time. So that's it for the concept of AWS S3. So now tell me, is the concept of S3 clear for all of you know? Everybody. So have anyone learned AWS here previously? You learned, huh? Okay, like I'm asking from course point of view. AWS certified, huh? Which one? Practitioner or solution architect? Great. How much time it took for solution architect? 6 months. Tell me one thing, you prepared for solution architect, right? So I am covering everything within 1 day only. How much of content I am covering for solution architect as per you? Why? Because you are certified here. So you know more than anyone here. Mm. But again, the concepts are same. But here we are covering within One day. Why? Because our course is DevOps. Na? So we majorly keep our day for DevOps. But AWS, how much you want, I'm teaching that much. But apart from that, I'm teaching more than whatever I have given on syllabus copy. That's for only you. Hmm. No, version 2, but it's almost all like it's a 3. Yeah. Currently, okay. I haven't seen from long time since actually. It is 003 as of now. SA 003. The name is. So now coming to the point now. So let's go and discuss the interview questions. I said 3 years of experience person attended the interview. Na. Basically, I'll tell you the story. The story is very interesting. I am training here. That a student colleagues joined on some other institute here in Amirpet only. Unfortunately, they got my videos. I don't know how. After getting my videos, they contact me actually, sir. Like I am so and so this. Like I just wanna get some guidance from you. Of course, even though like they are from other institute, like I guide them. So they contact me through the LinkedIn platform. I asked them to prepare these concepts and everything. They said that their course is 30,000. How much? But syllabus is only 50% of our syllabus. Whatever the content I'm teaching you, they're also having like 2.5 months. But the syllabus what I'm teaching you is 50% of what they are learning now. Bank like most of the times, yeah. Ah, you had the call, yeah. I remember. So after that, what happened? She attended the interview. So last day, like they pinged me on LinkedIn, sir. I want to prepare some topics. I just sent them list of topics. You don't believe what are the questions they got from my topics only. I sent only few topics from like Kubernetes. Okay. I'll ask some of the questions from the topics what they got. First question is explain the architecture of Kubernetes. Question number one. Question number two is what is API server in Kubernetes and why we need to use it. Question number three. What is PV and PVC? Question number four. How do pod will recreate itself? Question number five. Types of clusters. Question number six. How do you inject data into a pod? Config map and secrets. Question number seven. Like what is tenant toleration? I haven't said that for you, but I'll say it. I said one more topic is pending for in Kubernetes, right? That is additional topic. I'll tell you later. Okay. Next one will be scheduling means that additional topic only. They asked about scheduling. And one more topic they ask about is how do you restrict a user from one namespace to another namespace by using RBAC. Next one, how do you can isolate the resource in Kubernetes by using the namespace? You know namespace, right? Next one is how do you check the pod failure by using kubectl logs and kubectl get events. These are the questions what they got from the Kubernetes point of view. Of course, you can just describe logs and events. These questions. So now tell me one thing. I mean, like and like some other question from Docker also. And this interview for Docker and Kubernetes only. Why? Because they have a requirement of only Docker and Kubernetes. In Docker, they ask what is compose file. What is difference between add versus copy? What is the difference between CMD versus entry point? And how do you Dockerize an application? What is Dockerization and how do you Dockerize the application? That's it. They asked the I think around 15 questions in 15 minutes. Now you tell me, if you attend for this interview for 3 years of experience, how many questions you can be able to answer? Basically, we discussed each and every topic, but you will answer at least to 12 questions on a least case. Why? Because sometimes due to confusion, you might say some wrong answers. Let's take two of three wrong answers. But rest of the 12, you can able to answer or not, sir. And it's a experience level of interview. I said to them, I'll send any fresher and my people will crack the job. After attending the interview, they are saying it is very difficult. I was wondered, like these are very basics, and my people can able to answer any of them. But like why you are saying it is difficult? No, sir, our sir haven't taught all of them to us. What we can do then? Like this. So guys, I'm telling you, cracking the job in DevOps will be very, very easy. But if you prepare the content very well. I am giving you guarantee. Why? Because you learned very, very advanced concepts actually. It's not the basic. Okay. So I request everyone to practice the stuff very well. If you practice, then cracking the job is not a very big deal for you. Okay. That's it. Uh, uh, they'll mostly focus on some of the concepts, but not linked to real-time activities. Mm. See, I have seen a lot of people like this actually. Yeah. Uh, taking the concept, definition, hands on, that's it. But not linking to the real time, right? Yeah. Even lot of the students also said same thing. They already trained on some other institute, but the reason they are training here again is no exposure of real time. Uh, mm, uh, 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 mm. Okay. Okay. उसको पूरा work. But you can create them with your own hands and you can deploy the application. Uh, LTI में Hmm. I'm telling you now, like lot of the DevOps engineer who is working on real time, they don't know real time work. Why? Because I'll tell you one small thing. In a team, if we are having 5 members, I was the first teammate of the DevOps. I came early to the organization. If I automate everything, later you come to my company. What you do, whatever the scripts I automated, whatever the playbook I automated, whatever the deployments I automated, you use them, but you don't implement them. Na? So out of every 10 DevOps engineer, 2 of the DevOps engineers are skilled person. Remaining 8 are dummy one. Why? Because they will go and they will use the existing pipelines, they will use existing deployments, they will use existing scripts, but they don't try anything new. That is the reason lot of people is not having the skill. And if you go to interviews, like somebody will tell, DevOps is very difficult to crack for the people who don't know automation. See, if you are working for a company, I'll tell one of the experience. I have my brother actually. He is working on a company from past 3 years. But the craziest fact is he don't know how to write pipeline. He don't know how to write a Docker file. He don't know how to write manifest file. He don't know what is Terraform. But he's working as a DevOps engineer with the experience of 3. But I trained a fresher. He is also my brother. Both are 2 different brothers actually. One from father side, one from mother side. Okay. So this fresher I trained now he is working on company as a fresher. He is writing his own pipelines. Now here, what is the difference? Both are DevOps engineers, right? But person number 1 with 3 years of experience doesn't have any knowledge. But person number 2 with 0 years of experience, he is building the infrastructure. He is making the Kubernetes deployment through pipeline, everything. So what is the only thing matter is knowledge. What's the only thing? Now, if I send both of them to the interview, who will crack the interview easily? Fresher. Why? Because he is having the skill. But whereas the experienced person is not having the skill. Why? Because he is working on monitoring part. Only copy paste. Yeah. I'm telling you, the reason why I said you can put 3 years of experience easily is you learned how to implement the subject here. If you learn implementation, everything will be fine. That is the first primary skill you need to have as a DevOps engineer. And you know how to troubleshoot the issues, you know how to automate, and you know how to think logically also. That is what I'm teaching you here. And all this comes for me through my startups. Like my means startups wherever I worked. Why? Because if you're working on startup, everything you need to build with your own hands. So there I learned a lot of stuff. That is the reason I am able to deliver this much of content for you. Okay. There is a lot of work I'm telling you now. On some certain days, I used to work for 17 hours a day. You don't believe. 17 hours. I worked as a fresher, not as an experienced person in the startups actually. Why? Because we are having very small team with very small resource and with very small budget. So definitely you need to work into 2. to get the better results. Of course, like after working very hard, we get hikes also. But initially, you need to work a lot actually. And starting package for me as a DevOps engineer is 4.5. Starting. Not now, few years ago. Why? Because at that time, like I worked very hard initially to gain all of this knowledge. Like that. Now, if you see, a lot of my people are getting 6 LPA. Have you seen some of my students? Like if you go to LinkedIn, last couple of days also I shown you Ramu. I have shown it for you. He got the 6 lakhs of package, which is more than me. But I was very happy for them. Why? Because they have achieved what I haven't in my initial days. Even getting some X lakhs of package is very easy for you. But it depends upon the efforts what you're gonna put. That's it. Okay. So still any queries from you online or offline? Mm, mm. How much? 64 lakhs. Where is working on? Like as a DevOps engineer, in security, DevSecOps. Mm. See, DevSecOps means integrating security for the DevOps. That is what you can call as DevSecOps. You are going to learn some additional tools for it and you can implement security. Moonlighting, eh? Okay. Sir, my account has been suspended, sir, and send like you have two options, Pallavi. You can ignore the amount and you can start practicing, or you can terminate your account and create a new one. Okay. Email ID should be no. And remaining thing will be same. Pallavi, you can use this account. Okay, nothing will happen. But if you have any worries about the payment, delete this account and create a new one. Okay. Sorry. For it will take. It is a buffer time now. Mm. Okay then. So that's it for today. So let's meet on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you. Thank you online.